Here is the circuit board that I fixed. You had to put a bodge wire there. This corner is completely coming apart, and it's been overheated and stretched and whatever else. So I got, ta-da, this. So we'll see if this works as a direct replacement. So I've got this apart now so I can clean it. The speedometer, I think, is going to be the only part I'm not going to mess with. But this is sketchy. Some of this plastic might as well be made out of corn cob. It's so delicate. I had another tachometer I was thinking about using, but if I can find some pieces here. The shaft was bent, so I'm assuming it was the victim of sudden unscheduled deceleration. I am not sure that it's worth making a schematic with this, but it looks like a fun project for next time I get bored. And these 4mm ID copper washers are going to go cover up all these connections. So on this flex board, there's this voltage regulator you can't buy anymore, and the new one comes with a LM version 10 volt regulator, but there's a space between it. Now there's some spacers online, but I like this brass nut because it's brass. I think I'm going to squeeze this in there and hold this in with this nice shiny screw. I have this other component from another car I used to have, but looks like somebody soldered the LEDs in, and now they won't come out. Yellow LED. What's the yellow LED? Huh, that was the turn signals on this one. Fascinating. Now, here's a mystery I cannot find a solution for, or anybody that knows what it is. There's this circuit board that goes right there in the instrument cluster, and it's tied to the shift light in the inputs. It's also tied to the parking light. Now, if I make a little schematic of this board, it looks like it's dimming the shift light. I can't prove this exists anywhere but in my hand. Nobody on the interwebs has a picture of it, or has any, search result for shift light dimmer. If anybody has something, let me know. It's really hard for me to gauge which one of these is worse. That one's got some splotches on it, but this one is scratched up from sitting in a box of parts for 10 years. This one also does not have the shift light hole and has something plugged into the bright hole, if you can spot the difference. But I think I'm going to go with the one with the less yellowy plastic either way. Check it out. Whoa, wash out. In order to fix one of these fuse boxes, or fix wiring on it, or fix messes like this, I was trying to find the replacement ATC fuse contacts. I pulled one out. They look like that. I haven't seen anything like that around at all ever, and nothing on DigiKey or Mouser. But I did find a Dorman fuse holder that had this in it. So I cut one up and tried it out. So here's my little test jig that I made up to see if I can get this thing back out. And it looks like if I shove this thing in just like that, just like the other fuses were, clink, it's in there. I don't know if you can see that. Here's a fuse. Just stick in there. There you go. It works. That's the only part number I can find on this package. I bought it on Amazon from Dorman. But that seems to be the only thing that even comes close to fitting. I bought 4.5 millitons of fuse box crap trying to find stuff that fits. So I hope that you think my investment is worth my wasting your time. There it is. This is probably the closest thing I'm going to get to a unicorn. This is a 1983 MK1 GTI dashboard with no cracks and no fuck.